Welcome back. As I said, Mitt Romney is the projected winner in the Nevada Republican caucuses. That's the first big political result today on this big political day. We have very early results from Nevada beginning to trickle in, and we'll show them to you at the bottom of our screen. Well, anyway, they're going to be qualitative votes. They're not going to be who's winning. Voters in South Carolina and Nevada are stepping up to the plate today to pick this country's next president. It's anybody's game, of course, in both Nevada, where the Democrats are having their big fight, and, of course, down in South Carolina. As I said, two wide-open races on opposite sides of the country, each with the ability to really reshape the entire landscape of this election. Chuck Todd is the NBC News political director. Chuck, what are we learning about just from these early results from the Nevada Republican caucuses?
Well, that the makeup of the electorate was heavily Mormon, anywhere from 20 to 25%.
So I'm right and Pat Buchanan's wrong, okay, just to get that straight.
It was. Look, the Nevada is the fourth most populous, percentage-wise, fourth largest state of Mormons that live in it, but 7%. But it could be as much as 25%, 20% of this Republican electorate was Mormon. So, and Mitt Romney won 9 out of 10 of those folks. So it was a big help to him, his organizing the Mormons.
And Pat Buchanan did say, to his credit, a couple of days ago, that one thing Romney might do is stay in this race, even if it looks like he's not winning, if it looks like that, say, 2 or 3 weeks from now, because he can pick up an accumulation of Mormon state votes in California, Idaho, Utah, Nevada. He can accumulate a nice... That's only where he wins. He's going to win other places, obviously, like Michigan. He's going to accumulate a sizable minority of the delegates, no matter what happens.
He's got a delegate strategy. You know, let's say he finishes third in South Carolina today. Well, he'll have finished first, second, or third in every single contest.
So no other candidate. If they go to a brokered convention in St. Paul.
He's a big player. And not only that, he may be the player. He may be the guy with the biggest number of delegates, but he's certainly going to be hanging around there with a sizable chunk. Republicans used to do a lot more winner-take-all scenarios, but now when you look at, you talked about California, huge pockets of Mormon populations that he can pick off congressional districts and start accumulating.
You know what I want to do right now? Give you one of those scenarios, okay? Suppose McCain wins tonight. Now, I have no idea who's going to vote down there. The weather's all upsetting down there in South Carolina, but should he win and begin up front and win in Florida and begin to move toward the nomination and become the Republican candidate, in effect, could he benefit by making a deal with Romney, who will have a sizable minority of votes over the delegates, to make him his running mate?
You know, it's interesting you say that.
I think McCain-Romney sounds right.
I think if you have, for this scenario, for your scenario to work, you need 3 or 4 candidates to have a bunch of delegates. You know, you need to have Huckabee getting southern delegates. You know, if you look at the way the Super Tuesday map breaks out, you could see Huckabee doing pretty well in these southern primaries. You could see Romney going out west and doing well. John McCain doing well in the Midwest, maybe picking off a couple of big states like Illinois or Missouri, stuff like that. And then Giuliani, let's say he does, even if he finishes a close second in Florida, winning all those northeastern states, New York, Connecticut. And so then it becomes which 2 players. It's like this is what they would have done in the 19th century.
The 2 guys
they matched up. 2 of them would agree, 1 and 3 or 2 and 4.
The one who has the most votes makes a deal with the one who has less votes,
right, third most
to take
votes.
it over the top and get the 45. And what percent do you need to win this thing, do you think, in effect? 40%?
I think if you start getting, nobody's going to get 50, but right, you need to start getting into that 40 where it looks like, you know, you have to be, you know.
Okay, so we do a mathematical model. Who are the first 2 candidates to get a total of 40%? Because they can cut a deal.
Well, I'll say this. Romney appears to be on the road. And here's the other thing Romney has. All he has to do is wake up in the morning, look in the mirror, and say, do I want to keep spending money? McCain and Thompson and these other guys, they have to keep winning in order to get the money.
If you're a decade younger than John McCain, you say to yourself, I don't care what we say, I got a good shot at moving into the White House in 4 years.
Or 8 or whatever, but being on the ticket and you walk away, I mean, absolutely.
We have learned something here. We have learned something here. The possibility of a McCain-Romney ticket.
I don't know. Those 2 guys don't like each other, though. I mean, don't forget, they really don't like each other.
I'm sure we've had presidents and vice presidents that like each other. Anyway, Eisenhower and Nixon weren't the closest of company.
No, look,
anyway,
you know,
we got to go.
Winning is everything.
This is great. A great way to spend Saturday afternoon in New York.